Previously on input left, basically took over the state, and so all the all the like old guard moderates staffers quit, like every single one of them. And it just brought a lot of joy to my heart. Just to see like a win like that. I always say that, like, oh no.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to realize what happened.
Oh,
I didn't want to interrupt you.
Speaking of a sweep against the moderates.
Hello. Didn't see you there. Welcome back to some more of our Pokemon Diamond Randomizer Nuzlocke challenge.
Wow.
Last episode we left you on a big cliffhanger. What are we gonna get here in this Orberg gate? Especially after losing our lovable, amenable friend
Joe Biden. I gotta say, the audience hasn't been the only one on a cliffhanger. I mean, we too have been waiting for this moment
with bated breath.
That's
such a
deal.
good boy.
We cannot lose him. We cannot do what we did to Joe Biden. Oh my god, this gave me a big boost. Oh, this is so cool.
This is what you needed. This is what
I mean. This is what I'm here for. This is Pokemon Diamond right here. Oh.
Now this is pod racing.
Well, that's really exciting. We have to think of a name for very excitable,
energetic, fiery male politician.
Yeah.
Real firebrand. I mean, Infernape has that white fur. Could this be our Bernie?
I see Bernie more of as an Empoleon.
Okay.
But I mean, he is fire. He's like a young Bernie. Maybe he's
a younger Bernie.
Mayor Sanders, The other thing is, I think about like, who is there a guy equivalent of like AOC, because the fieriness really gives me an AOC vibe.
I know there's a few. Wouldn't Jamal Bowman maybe be a good consideration?
Wow.
Okay,
given that this
point.
character's a primate, I want to stick away from.
Yeah, fair point.
otherwise, purely from a character perspective. Let's see. Let's make sure this is a white person, unfortunately. This can be Mayor Sanders of, not to be confused with Bernie, this is young.
Very different. Yeah.
I mean, not if you listen to the audio, because it sounds exactly the same.
He looks the same. He sounds the same.
Yeah, but he is younger. He is technically younger.
Yeah, there's one thing we know about him. Is that he's younger.
Yeah. Well, hopefully. Yeah, there we go. Okay. And basically at 50% health. That's pretty impressive. He makes himself appear bigger.
So is that what we're going with? We're going with
either Mayor. Does Mayor Sanders fit? If not, MYR Sanders.
We might be able to get Mayor Bernie.
Yeah.
No, not quite. Not quite.
MYR. Sanders will fit.
No.
Sanders with a Z.
It still wouldn't fit. It would if we slammed it together. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that looks good. Mayor Bernie is fine.
Right. Yeah.
Someone's PC.
Awesome. That's the pick-me-up we needed after losing Biden.
Yeah, I think that was a worthy sacrifice. Really a reverse of the election season. Biden came in strong, but this time it was Bernie who traded cabinet positions so everyone could endorse. And now he's on our team, so that's really exciting. Infernape definitely. I was a Piplup guy, but Infernape definitely a powerful, aesthetically cool looking Pokemon as well.
I was also a Piplup guy, I'll be honest. Infernape, I know Infernape is a very popular Pokemon. It's personally not my favorite of the starters or the fire starters, but I like it. I like it well enough. And certainly it's a very strong Pokemon.
I think maybe it's the 800, 900 hours I put in as the number continues to climb, but I really like all three of the starters in this generation. Yeah, I mean,
yeah, I think they're pretty solid.
You know, that cannot be said for me about other generations.
Yeah. Oh, it's holding an item.
Gen 1 Bulbasaur is cool, but like his evolution, he just gets bigger.
I think Ivysaur is really good, but I don't really care for Venusaur.
Yeah, I guess Ivysaur is cool. Venusaur is leaves a lot to be desired. Gen 2, I love Grovyle, right? He's in that line.
No, that's Gen 3.
Gen 3. I love the Grovyle line, but I think Sceptile honestly is not that cool. Like I don't know. I love Trico.
Yeah, I agree.
Grovyle.
I think that I feel similarly about Combuskin and Blaziken, which may be more controversial, but I think Torchic's really good. I love Combuskin. I just don't think Blaziken capitalizes on that design as well.
I feel the same way, except did they make Mega Blaziken, or is that just like fan art?
Yeah, no, they made Mega Blaziken. Yeah,
I think Mega Blaziken is pretty cool with the fire like coming out, but yeah, I agree. Combuskin. When I collected cards too, I loved my Combuskin Pokemon TCG card.
for sure.
Are you just gonna level up Mayor Bird?
I'm gonna get him up to like 10 or 11 or so. Yeah, just so
do not get. I don't know what would do him in like a magnitude from a Bronzong.
Maybe I think it would be like a crit confusion into like a self hit or something from a Bronzong.
Ground type moves will do are 4 times, right?
No, it's firefighting, so no, they're just regular. Doesn't have any
not
weaknesses.
Super effective against fighting.
Fighting? No, it is not.
Okay. For some reason, I always got that impression, but
yeah, I can't imagine why.
So, Will, I wanted to tell you about. I sent you that video. I don't know if you had a chance to watch it about the Dare program, and I wanted to share that experience.
I actually haven't yet had the chance to watch it, unfortunately, but please feel free to share your experience nonetheless.
Yeah. So I came across this video on YouTube about the Dare program, and it's something I've talked to you and others a few times about. It's like a traumatic event, you know.
Defining moment of your childhood. Yeah.
I wanted to share it on this show because it was probably around the time of Pokemon Diamond that I was going through the Dare program. Like this is, you know, I know that this is that part of my life at that point. And it's a crazy, wild experience. And so just for the audience, for those who don't know, Dare is drug abuse resistance education. And it was a program implemented, started, I think, during the war on drugs or certainly into the 90s. As a way to teach kids that using drug, being sober is cool, and using drug is for fools.
Yeah, that's about how good their messaging was as well.
Exactly, like that. Even though those words are not theirs, the vibe is exactly what they're going for. And they even have a mascot. He's a lion, I guess, to counter other animal drug mascots. And basically, and looking back at it, it's actually like pretty terrifying. A cop comes into your classroom like a couple times a week to give you a 1 hour course on why drugs are unhealthy and will kill you. And we could have got Polyworld too. I love.
Yeah,
but anyway. The cop comes in and makes you watch videos about why drugs are bad, read a little booklet, do activities, right? Like a normal class for, you guess, Lapras.
That would have been fun, yeah.
Like a regular 6th, 7th grade, probably class experience so this would be right around Pokemon Diamond. yeah, you're doing like normal class stuff, except it's all about how drugs are bad. Now, in Chicago was where I was went to school. We also had Great, which I don't know if that's national or if anyone else had that. I never hear anyone talk about it. Great was gang resistance education and training. And
probably a specifically Chicago thing, yeah.
It could be, yeah. For us, they made it like a 2-part module. Like your first year was Great, your second year was Dare, or vice versa. And then you would get both gang resistance education. And the only thing I remember from Great is, remember kids, it's not illegal to be in a gang, but it is illegal to do gang activity. And
it's not illegal to be gay, but it is illegal to do gay activities.
yeah, exactly. You just can't get married.
Exactly.
No, but Dare, I remember some things, and well, for one, let me say, looking back at it, and I had a very I had a very actually pretty diverse class because it was a Chicago school, and so. You know, I mean, we had a lot of fellow students of color and mixed students. And looking back, like, I mean, it's pretty terrifying that, like, they have a cop come in and tell you about why, like, I know some of those people were actively doing drugs and in gangs. Like, just telling us how bad it is and how they'll get arrested. But
it's like a scared straight almost, you know?
Exactly. But, I mean, not gonna lie, that program made me... I hear that this is what the research shows as well. Like that program basically made me think drugs were cooler than I had previously thought.
Yeah.
Like I had actually, like, as a kid, I felt no intention of drinking or doing drugs, and you know, I'm not a drug user. I drink here and there, but like.
And of course, you're of legal drinking age, just so, in case anyone
just
was
to
under
clarify,
any...
right? And I've never had alcohol prior to being 21.
And
but,
you would never encourage anyone to do that.
I would certainly never encourage anyone ever to do that.
No.
But this is a big but Dare makes it cool. And one thing that I've told you a little bit about, I think, is there's a song that, and I know it's not, and I
actually know the song by heart, despite. So I want to give a little bit of context. I grew up in Canada, so a lot of the time that I might have been exposed to this program, I was not in a country that was having a war on drugs. And so despite all of that, I still know at least the chorus of this song by memory because it's hilarious. How could you not?
It's really it's terrifying, and if you already tell him, I'm gonna do part of it.
Please take it away whenever you're ready.
But let me just give a little more context, which is we had to basically at the end of every class for Dare, if you can call it that, I think they would play the song
seminar
to build us awareness of it, and then they had us start singing along with it. And then eventually, this is the scariest part, especially as a kid. I was a kid with a lot of social anxiety, and we had an event where we had our Dare graduation, where we had to sing the song in front of all our parents. I don't know, they made a big event out of it. Like, they give you a certificate.
That's so lame.
Anyone's invited, right? Like, you wear the t-shirt, your posters. We all had to make posters about why drugs are bad. My mom helped me make a Mario, like, inspired one. So about jumping on.
Awesome.
I think it was about like,
jumping on mushrooms.
Yeah.
Wait, I was gonna say, but that's not. I mean, yeah, the Goombas are mushrooms for sure. Like they're meant to be mushrooms that he jumps on, but he also eats other shrooms. So several other shrooms.
I'm pretty sure there was a shrooms joke in there. I remember the officer said, "Well, this is very clever, but it's not what we were looking for. Like we were looking for more like facts on your poster." And my mom got really angry when I told her that because she said this is the most attractive one. She helped me with it a lot. But we put up the posters, we sing the song, and then we get our Dare graduation certificate to show that we will never abuse drugs again, right? Ever for the first time. So the song, which I guess I wasn't sure if that was just like a Chicago thing as well, but I'm pretty sure it was universal because I looked it up on YouTube, and there's videos of people singing it, and there's music videos for it. But it goes a little bit like this, and I actually have to remember it. Hold on for a second. Okay, well, the chorus is D. I won't do drugs. A, won't have an attitude. R, I will respect myself. E, I will educate me now. And then there's several really exciting verses, and I'll have to link this in the description. Which these verses include: check your attitude at the door. I do not want to score. I only want to win in this drug war.
Yeah.
I can't believe drug war is in the song. And no, and all the verses, and it's got this kind of like, you know, what do you say, like rap pop, I don't know, like kind of like, oh, it's supposed to be like a song that you and your friends would really jam down to.
Oh yeah.
And there's all these kind of dated references, like somebody who lived through, like they were a kid in the 80s and they thought kids still sounded the way they did. Like, yeah, so like I mean, check your attitude at the door. I do not want to score. My friends didn't talk like that, right?
No, I will wager that mine didn't either.
Yeah. So, I mean, even the Canadians. Oh, I love this.
Even the Canadians.
Sorry, I love this route for some reason.
Yeah. Well, I was actually gonna say, if I have to give a compliment to Gen 4, its music is really good. I still prefer Gen 5's music, but it is good music nonetheless.
I think the sound design and the music of Gen 4 is much like Gen 3. I think it has such a distinct feel to it. It really succeeds on that. Much like the Dare program. No, but to cap
Just
off
like the Dare program.
to cap off the Dare conversation, I learned in this video that first of all, it was still like fully funded well into like the mid 2000s, I believe. Jeff Sessions, our boy, if you've watched the previous videos, our boy Jeff Sessions does make and I love this video because, well, I don't want to spoil it, Will, but Jeff Sessions comes up in a major way, and the person is so, like, makes a very self-aware joke about it or something. It's very entertaining. But Jeff Sessions is involved. He funds this thing, and apparently, this program is still in some way. I don't know if like Dare, D-A-R-E is still like active, but there's a new version of it that is being taught to kids that is just modernized. Like maybe it's now up to the 90s or 2000s in terms of how people think. But yeah, they're still finding this stuff that like research has proven doesn't work.
And in fact has the adverse effect of its intention.
All right, the video talks a little bit about there's a psychological phenomenon where, well, the way he describes it, if you tell someone something will kill you, that makes you want to try it, like a death wish. I think he's oversimplifying it a little bit, but
yeah.
Basically.
Are you gonna link this video in the description for everyone to watch? They so desire.
It's pretty entertaining.
Just so they know, the context. They can get a little bit of that Sessions lore.
Celio.
All right, so yeah, we got a female Celio here that we caught. I think a very friendly Pokemon is always my impression. You know.
Yeah. And
Walrein, of course, is a bit chillier, but Celio is quite nice.
Walrein is a very cool Pokemon. Yeah.
Very majestic.
Dang. What are you thinking?
I don't know. I think
Sonia Sotomayor.
Oh yeah? Yeah, let's do it. Sure. I don't really know like a lot about her personality. You know, I don't really know.
She seems friendly enough.
I guess, yeah.
She's probably one of the most progressive folks on the Supreme Court. I mean,
I don't know why there's a Z in there.
Zor.
Zor. That's correctly spelled, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Well, are we gonna add her to the team, or is the fact that we have all these water types?
I think I might get rid of Kabuto at this point.
No.
And I know Kasich is a fan favorite.
No, you can't.
I was looking at the moveset, and Kabuto's moveset up until it becomes Kabutops, essentially, is trash. It's really bad.
But Kabutops is so cool.
That doesn't mean we'll never use him, right? It just means we might want to wait until later in the game before we bring out the big guns, you know?
I guess so. I mean, you flattered him with the big guns, so... I mean, his kitchen...
Yeah, but look, before I
knives.
make any final decisions about the team,
Sure.
let's go get our Orberg mine encounter.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, that's a good idea. Well, get ready for
the last
this
encounter we'll get before the gym.
Yep. Ooh.
Get ready for what?
Oh, just the encounter.
No.
I mean, we gotta hype it up. This could be
Arceus. Oh my god, it's another water type.
Okay, but this is a great water type. Actually,
if it has huge power, it's a great water type. Otherwise, it's kind of a meh water type.
Is used competitively.
If it has huge power.
Okay, well, there you go.
And even then, I don't think it sees that much play.
I think it's the Aqua
in most
Jet.
metas.
It gets so like the only competitive use I've seen of it is the really niche, like huge power, belly drum, Aqua Jet sweep set, you know?
Oh, there you
which
go.
is not necessarily going to translate into a Nuzlocke setting.
Well, I think it's a great Peekaboo, if you will. This is like
kind of a similar Pokemon than when you think about it in terms of naming to Stelio, right? Like another friendly, bubbly water type.
Yeah.
And female as well, you know.
I feel like this is a kid. This is not a fully like. This is someone who will one day run for office.
But it is fully evolved.
Yeah.
And how are we supposed to pick a kid who hasn't run for office?
Who's that girl who's the environmentalist again?
Oh, Greta Thunberg? Yeah, you know what? Sure, yeah, let's go with Greta Thunberg. Yeah, why not?
I feel like
she's a political figure, effectively, though she doesn't hold office.
I think we could expand beyond.
Yeah.
Office holders.
I think that's fair.
Movement leaders. Let's be careful about the rightists, though.
Well, yeah.
Who's that guy with the Viking hat? When he stormed the, what do they call him again?
The QAnon shaman.
I really want to catch a QAnon shaman.
I don't know if there's any good Pokemon in this game for QAnon shaman. Like if we were in Gen 8 and we caught like a Berserker or something, well, that would be excellent. But
well, a Marowak could be a QAnon shaman.
Oh, it's like a ground type.
Well,
it's really.
Not
I would think more of like an ice type for that guy.
Yeah.
Maybe like a Mamoswine would be a good QAnon shaman.
Ooh, yeah. All right, well, that's a good catch. And she'll help us recycle more. And take what?
I mean, recycle is a Pokemon move, so maybe we should save for
yeah.
one of those. But I think it's fine. Welcome to the team, Greta. All right, so that is our final encounter before this gym battle, and let's take a look at the PC just so we can get everything organized. It actually might not be our final encounter, and the reason is, in the mart, I don't know if you noticed, in the randomized second shop inventory, there was a Helix fossil for purchase. We don't currently have enough money for it, but the fossil restoration service is right here in Orberg, and that would be our Orberg City encounter, whatever fossil we restore. So we might be able to get one more if we can scrounge up the funds for it.
Do we want Helix, though?
Well, it's not necessarily going to be Omanite. It's going to be randomized.
Oh, okay. I see. Yeah.
Be anything.
Cool.
I think it's going to be a pretty high level. Well, actually, I think it's going to be like level 20 because you're not supposed to get fossils yet. So we probably won't be able to use it for this gym fight, but we can still check it out.
We can check it out.
So let's take a look at.
I don't want to run out of money for Pokeballs, though.
Yeah, it would consume a lot of money. So there's an argument that like, is it really worth buying now, or should we wait a bit later in the game? Because you do come back to Orberg pretty, after the second gym. So
quiet nature. That's probably not true. Like dry food. Don't know about that.
Yeah, Ice Body is pretty generic there.
Hey, that'll be good.
It's got dual stab moves already.
The northern part of the map, right, has hailstorms everywhere.
True, true.
Yeah.
And Encore is honestly pretty useful in Nuzlocke because you can lock a Pokemon into a really bad move and then switch into something that counters it and then just like run away with that fight. So that's a solid mon there. Let's take a look. Do we have huge power? Do we have huge power? We do.
Hey!
Now
All
we're
right,
talking.
all right.
This thing has to be on the team if it's got huge power. Like it just has to be.
Ah, that's so exciting. Pika Blue. We need that Giga Impact.
What are we gonna swap around for it though? Like, I think K6 time has come. But do we also exchange
But K6 also
Vaporeon? Because Vaporeon doesn't have any stab moves yet. It's not that strong. So do we make this exchange? So we don't have
do we wait
pure
till it
water
gets
types.
Surf? Is that your thought?
I think Vaporeon's not going to be very good until we get Surf. Yeah.
Okay.
I think this is the.
I really hate to see
solution we need.
K6 get tossed, but
I am expecting Kasich to make a major comeback at some point.
I didn't notice. Did you make a graveyard box already?
I did, and I put our good friend Joe Biden in there.
Laid him to rest
Mm-hmm.
in the capital.
Yeah, he lay in state and everything. Yeah.
Exactly.
Actually, that's what we should name the death box. It's like the capital or something. So yeah, I think I'll do a little bit of grinding to get these 2 new team members up, so we can talk about something in the meantime.
Well, I was gonna say this would actually be a good place to end the episode. We could record the grinding footage and pack it on the next one.
Oh yeah, good idea. We could just do that a little bit between episodes. That sounds all right to me. All right, well, we've got all the encounters for the time being, and I'm thinking the next episode then, if we do the grinding between, we might just take on the gym. Yeah.
Wow. Big news. First badge. All right.
Yeah. Don't forget to update that death counter in the last episode.
Oh yeah. Will do. Alrighty. Bye.
All right. See you guys next time.